Guys, so I'm back with another video for you today, finally. I know it's taking me a while to get round to doing this. One thing led to another, and I was really busy for the last couple of months, and I just didn't have time to do a video, and then my camera sort of started not working, and yeah, so one thing led to another, and I wasn't able to get anything done. But finally, I've got a video for you today, my camera's all fixed, so I thought today I'd show you my book collection, because I've been meaning to do this for the last few weeks now. And this is where I've got most of my books on the shelf here. And down here I've got a few of these animal models that I've collected over the years, and there were some of my favourites that I didn't really want to get rid of. And yeah, I really like this display. This is a glass dolphin here that I got for my birthday a few years ago. And I've got a couple of things up here. That's an orangutan. Harrods Westie. And other things there. So I'll show you my book collection, and I'll just have to take these off first, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so first up we've got the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series by Alexander McCall Smith. This is one of my favourite book series. They are so much fun to read, and the characters are so colourful, and I love the setting of Botswana. So the first one is the #1 Ladies Detective Agency. I also love the covers to this particular series of books. They've got such lovely artwork on them. Then I've got Tears of a Giraffe, Morality for Beautiful Girls, The Kalahari Typing School for Men, The Full Cupboard of Life, In the Company of Cheerful Ladies, Blue Shoes and Happiness, The Good Husband of Zebra Drive, The Miracle at Speedy Motors, Tea Time for the Traditionally Built, The Double Comfort Safari Club, and then I've got a couple of the hardcovers. The next one is The Saturday Big Tent Wedding Party, and the latest one, The Limpopo Academy of Private Detection. He has written a lot of books in this series, and I love them all, and yeah, I really recommend them. They're such a fun read. So that's those. And then next up I've got the He's Dark Materials by Pullman with Northern Lights, The Settle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. Absolutely enthralling set of books there. Absolutely love them. Can't tell you how many times I've reread those books. And then another series by Pullman, the Sally Lockhart Mysteries. I've got the Ruby in the Smoke, The Shadow in the North, The Tiger in the Well, which is my favourite out of the four, and then The Tin Princess. And then I've got another book by Pullman here called The Broken Bridge, which I think I remember reading ages ago, but I haven't read it in so long, and I quite like to read it again one day. So that's that one. And then next up I've got a few of Neil Gaiman's books. First up is American Gods, which is without doubt the most different book I've ever read, and yeah, it's something that I would probably never have thought of reading if it wasn't for Neil Gaiman. He is a fantastic writer, and I love his imagination in his books. And yeah, American Gods was amazing. So yeah, I definitely recommend that one. But though my favourite of his is definitely got to be Neverwhere. And then I've got Stardust. She's got the cover of the movie. And then the one I've recently finished reading a couple of weeks ago, is The Ocean at the End of a Lane. Now this one was a really strange one for me. I couldn't make up my mind whether I liked it or not. It was, how shall I put it? It really was, I couldn't understand whether it was the child's imagination of these creatures or whether it was actually happening to him. But yeah, I definitely give it a read. Let's just show you what it's about. The Ocean at the End of a Lane is a novel of childhood and memory. It's a story of magic, about the power of stories and how we face the darkness inside each of us. It's about fear and love and death and families. But fundamentally, I hope it's at its heart is a novel. It's a novel about survival, which is what Neil Gaiman has put. Yeah, it's an interesting read, but not one of my favourites of his. So that's that one. And then another favourite author of mine is Michelle McGowan, who, as you know, wrote Goodnight Mr. Tom. I do have that book here, but as you can see, it's a bit tattered. You can tell that I've reread this book so many times over the years. Yeah, so it's definitely one of my favourites. And then I've also got Back Home, The Cuckoo in the Nest, A Spoonful of Jam, and A Little Love Song. And then the biggest one here, Just Henry. And then at the end here I've got Life of Pi, which is an awesome, amazing read. And I love the movie as well. And then another one of my favourites is Watership Down by Richard Adams. I love the cover here. It's another one of my favourites. Down here I've just got a few bookmarks, with some 3D bookmarks. A couple of them I got at the zoo. So yeah, that's those. Oh, and also with Philip Pullman's series of His Dark Materials, I've also got these short little books. Lyra's Oxford, which is sort of a spin-off from Northern Lights, I think, from the first book. And then Once Upon a Time in the North, which is obviously about Lee Scoresby. So that's another part of His Dark Materials. So yeah, that's that first shelf. These are, but without doubt, my favourite books that I have and I have read. So yeah, that's that lot. And so we'll come down here to the next shelf. And as you can see, I've got a few models of the Lion King characters. Here we've got adult Simba. It's definitely not Mufasa. And then I've got young Simba here, and he's falling off. Got Timoon, Nala, and Zazu. So let's get those books out of the way because I have never read them and never been interested in those. So let's move these off here. And I never read this one. I got this book for my birthday. Oh, must have been about 10 years ago now. Don't know why I still have it. I started reading it, but I wasn't very keen on it. This is Meg Rosoff, How I Live Now. It's becoming very popular, and I know there's been a movie made of it now. But yeah, I just never got into it myself. So I might give it a chance, but maybe one day. But for now, that's that one. That's a dog listener book I got from a friend. And we'll start off on this shelf with War Horse by Michael Morpurgo. This is a lovely version of the book. It's got some lovely illustrations, and it's such a moving and inspiring story, and it's got some gorgeous illustrations in here. It's a lovely addition. So that's that one. And then of course we've got the Twilight Saga. There's Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn. I always preferred the books to the movies, but yeah. And I've also got The Host, which is actually I actually prefer to the Twilight Saga. It's a good read. And then I've got the whole Harry Potter series. Who doesn't? With the Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, and getting bigger, The Order of the Phoenix, The Half-Blood Prince, and The Deathly Hallows. And then we're sort of going on to a few more childhood books here. I've got The Magical World of Harry Potter. It's all the sort of different things about the characters and the myths surrounding it. And yeah, I love this book. And then I've got a few classics here with Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Secret Garden, A Little Princess, and then I've got E. Nesbit's The Phoenix in the Carpet, The Phoenix in the Carpet, and then I've got a few of the Narnia books. The first one with The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. These are out of order, but I don't think I've got 2 or 3. This is Prince Caspian, and I've got The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and A Silver Chair. And then here I've got The Bellstone Fox, another one of my favourite reads. Colin Dan, who wrote the Animals of Farthing Wood books. This is Beach Dogs. And then Nobody's Dog. So that's that shelf. And then coming on to the even more childhood books. Here is my collection of the Beatrix Potters. I'll show you those first, I might as well. I've got The Tale of Peter Rabbit, The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin, The Tailor of Gloucester, The Tale of Benjamin Bunny, The Tale of Two Bad Mice, The Tale of Mrs. Tiggywinkle, The Tale of Mr. Jeremy Fisher, The Tale of Tom Kitten, The Tale of Jemima Puddleduck, The Tale of the Flopsy Bunnies, The Tale of Mrs. Tittlemouse, The Tale of Johnny Towmouse, The Tale of Pigling Bland, The Tale of Samuel Whiskers and the Roly-Poly Pudding, The Tale of the Pie and the Patty Pan, The Tale of Ginger and Pickles, and yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have The Tale of Gloucester, which is rather unusual. I love that one. So that's those. Be very careful of these. Oh. And then on to the more novels. I've got The Whitby Witches. This is one of my favourites by Robin Jarvis. Yeah, I love that scary cover. And I've got The Kitten with an Injured Tail. I remember reading these ones. I used to love these sort of animal type books. Oh, and The Beaver Towers. I love The Beaver Towers by Nigel Havers. Yeah, these are one of my favourite books. The Dangerous Journey. And another one of my favourites, The Finders, which I really should think that should be turned into a movie. I think that'd be really cool. The Crummy Mummy and Me by Anne Fine. Goggle Eyes. The Sheep Pig. Who doesn't have the Sheep Pig in their collection? Casey, the Utterly Impossible Horse. That's one of my other favourites. I love that book. The Tale of Greyfriars Bobby, Rabbit Race, and I've got A Fox in the Frost, The Kitten in the Cold, Teacher's Pet, Double Trouble, The Owl Who Was Afraid of the Dark. I love these books, by Jill Tomlinson. And then I've got The Cat Who Wanted to Go Home. And I've got some horrible histories here with disgusting science. Well, horrible science with horrible, disgusting digestion. Murderer's Maths. All these education ones. Helen Highwater, sort of a poem type book. And I've got some more poems by Brian Patton. Thorin, Frozen Frogs. Gargling with Jelly, and then the horrible histories, Cutthroat Celts, Measly Middle Ages, The Incredible Incas, Rotten Romans, and oh my god, this is such a mess now, sorry guys. Then I've got the Mean Kings and Cruel Kings and Mean Queens, Wicked Words, and this is a different sort of one, Greek Legends, and I've got this Smarties joke book that I got at the World Book Fair back in primary school. And then this is Hoping for Home, A Home for Rose, and I've got a couple of Doctor Who books here, The Winner Takes All and The Clockwise Man. This is of the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, and with Rose Tyler. Then I've got a couple of the Sabrina the Teenage Witch books. This one's Up, Up and Away, Reality Check, and The Millennium Madness. It's based off a TV show from the 90s. Oh, and I'll take those off and show you those in a second. Let's do the ones over here first. And then I've got The Curious Incident of a Dog in the Nighttime. So, getting more into the adult side of the books again. Oh, and here I've got the Pooh Bears box with a box set of all the Winnie the Pooh books. I won't get them out because they're really tight in this box. So there's the original, the Winnie the Pooh, the House at Pooh Corner, Now We Are Six, and When We Were Very Young. And I've got a couple of autobiographies, Born Wild, Tony Fitzjohn, and then Marley and Me. Ooh. Took me ages to actually get to the end of that one. Casper the Commuting Cat, and I've got Virginia McKenna, The Life in My Years, We Bought a Zoo, The Velveteen Rabbit, and the book we all read at school, John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Oh my goodness, what an absolute mess. Okay, let's start off with the Roald Dahl books. First up, I've got The Witches, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, The BFG, and Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I've got The Complete Borrowers Collection by Mary Norton. This is the cover of the movie that came out of The Borrowers. I think it was in 1998 or something. But I preferred the earlier TV version with Penelope Wilton and Dean Holm as Pod and Homely. So yeah. And then I've got a couple of the Jacqueline Wilson books, the Girls in Love series. This one here includes all 3 books of Girls in Love, Girls Under Pressure and Girls Out Late. Used to love this book. And then I've got Girls in Tears. And then I've also got The Illustrated Mum and Bad Girls. And yeah, I think that's it for all the books on my shelf. Sorry it became so messy towards the end there. I really didn't know what to do, because I've got books on top of books, and I've got books by books, and oh my goodness, it's crazy. And yeah, so let me know if you've read any of these childhood favourite books, and let me know what you think of my collection in the comments. And yeah, I will be doing a DVD and Blu-ray update very, very soon for you guys. I'm hoping either to do one tomorrow when Saving Mr. Banks comes through. I should be getting that in the post very soon. Or I was thinking of waiting until I get Frozen, which is not out until next week. So I have got a few more Blu-rays to show you. So yeah, I probably will either do that tomorrow or next week, but you'll definitely see a DVD and Blu-ray update very soon. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.